And now I am talking. Can you hear me now, everybody? Netmal, hello. Gamil, 11111, hello. Are you talking because I hear nothing? Yes, I was. Never mind. Oh dear. Right, there we go. That's a little better. Right. Oh yes, announcements and things. One there. Oh, we've got to do the book face. We'll do book face as well. Now then, I don't know if you guys can make this out on the stream, but I'm running the game, the old engine, in DirectX 12. Yes, it's a thing. With dgVoodoo, which also gives me like 100 plus frames in ICC. So with dgVoodoo in the old engine, frame rates don't go there to die. Now normally I get 15, 16 frames a second at iPande when it's forming. Like now, typically I would be getting, even on the old engine previously, I would be getting something like 12 to 16 frames a second. As you can see, I'm now getting 80-ish, 70, 80 frames a second, 85. No stuttering or anything. This is awesome for raids and such. Also, the lighting's slightly better because it's using DX12. So it can use soft light. So Mahoney, hello from Omni 3. Welcome, the evil spy is here. Evil Omni spy, spying on the clanners as they raid, yeah. But you know how these raids normally look? I mean, look at this. 100 plus frames if I go like that. 120. Pretty nice, and that's with everything switched on. Everything. All of these maxed. Also, it can enable MSAA anti-aliasing, which is why there's no jaggies. See? Also, if I stand near this lighting, don't want to get too close because I'll zone into the wrong instance. If you look at... You can't really see it. I'll show you later when we're away from hundreds of people. Low-level event starting in 20 minutes in ICC, everybody. Have you got forum links and things? Post them all if you want. Trousers. And Iraq was I don't see a South, but I do see Iraq on inmate 47. Swin Infinity has 18 has followed. Ollie's Somim has followed. Externally follows WizKid 0492 200 bits 3 days ago. Okay. Caught up with everything, I think. Yeah, just having nice high frame rate for big busy raids is awesome. It doesn't work well with the new engine, however. Well, I haven't got it to work correctly with it. It's designed to make older DX7, DX8 games run on modern systems, is what this DgVoodoo2 is, in fact, all about. And they've really done a really good job, because it definitely does. You can, can you guys read over here? I don't know if you can, but I'm running in DX12. So there's barely any CPU load really compared to what there normally is. It's all offloaded to the GPU, which, let's face it, nowadays GPUs are very fast, very powerful. Also makes the Rowan look pretty cool. I've forced it to do some texture filtering as well. You can see there, 100 plus frames a second. It in Pande with this many people is just, even without it, when I run the old engine normally and I go to ICC, I would typically get 10 to 20 frames a second. I now get like 80, 90 frames a second using this. It's bloody brilliant. I'm well made up with it. Oh, that's a thought. Let's have a look. Yeah, it does. Still works. Global light off. There you go. Made it dark. You can see now the... I turn her around. It glows! It glows, it glows, it glows. That sword looks bloody good though, doesn't it? This is the old engine. Inferno, Penumbra, caustic light. Well, that's hammered the frame rate a bit. Caustic light. it hammers the frame rate. Let's go Rubicar light and the frame rate shoots up again. That's weird. Yeah, it doesn't like caustic light. Yeah, so we're here for Hodor, but I'm really rather pleased that I've now got good frame rate. Actually, the real test, I think, is going to be at Sector 42 when everyone's forming up down there. Because that's usually where the frame rate absolutely dies on its bottom. How many random buffs I've got this week. Oh, I'm not in raid anymore. Hang on. Put myself back on. Should I be on? Okay, I need to be on. I should get another invite. I missed that. Too busy looking at iPande. Uncheck. Check. There we go. I got here early as well. I was here before 4:30 because I wanted to test out the frame rates. There you go, we're in Team B. I don't know if Sav is here tonight. I don't think she is. She was on... Yeah, she is on. Oh, I guess maybe she's only coming to Sector 42. I'm here to farm the points, I am. Yes, let's get on with the rest of my buffs. Saavick! There you go. Speak of the devil and they will arrive. You're coming to iPande for Hodor. Look at this, Sav. 50, 60 frames a second. Let's turn that off for a sec. 60 FPS with all these bodies. Oh, you're doing... Okay, yeah, you're doing the roleplay thing first, okay. And then you'll come for Sector 42. That's with, like... Oh, so, Team 1's going to be what? 34 people, and we are... another half dozen or so. The event probably take 15... Well, you might be able to come and do real Pande, I don't know. I'm not sure which we do first. I think it's iPande first, and then we can turn up for real Pande. Yeah, having this many frames a second for these sorts of raids is ideal. Look over here, 85. I was running through Inferno, you know that bit where you come up from Frontier Garden if you clan, and you're running towards, yeah, if you're running toward Ergo, etc., as I was, it was going at, it hit 211 frames a second. I just started laughing. I was like, oh my god. So we'll try and get everybody in. Yeah, 50 frames a second with everybody in frame. Which is awesome! You don't know the struggle otherwise. That just means movement is really nice and smooth. Yeah, no tearing, no nothing on stream. It's all great. Yeah, I would say optimizing Anarchy Online all then. Yeah, are you running it? Could you? Yeah, are you running it correctly? Version 2. Yes, I will do a dgVoodoo2 video. Because this is... I'm going to do some more testing first and then decide which bits to sort of show, like, here I am in ICC without Voodoo installed and running, and you know, there you go, 10 frames a second, and then here I am with it running 80 frames a second. Which would you prefer? At the minute I'm forcing the game to run in DirectX 12 which is just nuts. I think I'll set it to run at... I'll do the video in DirectX 11 though, just in case people haven't got DX12 capable cards and things. But this, I think, will also fix the old client not running correctly with laptops and things like that. Because once you force it to run in DirectX 12, it has to accept it's a game. I'm looking at this and... got one core at 70%, and that's probably the one that's streaming. Now, I didn't invent dgVoodoo, and someone else mentioned to me that it cancels out of range draw calls, which is why ICC gets fixed. It doesn't work with the new engine quite yet. They're working on a DX9 version of dgVoodoo. But it just shows it can be done. Yeah, let me know how the event goes. We see due-to. Ah, I think you're right, you do see a due-to. I see due-to. Yeah, look at how much better the graphic looks there. This is old engine, remember? This is the old engine. But I'm forcing anisotropic shading. And what else am I running on it? Control panel. So what I'm doing with that is DX12 feature level 12. And then in DX force anisotropic filtering times 8 and anti-aliasing MSAA times 4. Look how cool his thing looks there. Oh, I've actually stood inside it at that point. There you go. Yeah, so it'll be a bit more anti-aliasing because of Twitch scaling down to 1080. But you can see the other feature I've got on it is called, it's a weird name. What was it called? Apply Fong shading when possible. So it's doing something with that as well. That's affecting the shading. And you can make out there, that's like 100 odd frames a second. Like 50-ish that way, 60. This looks really nice, actually. And there is some shading going on there as on the tank armor as well. Definitely has a bit of a thing to it. So I'm also running the, I'm telling the graphics card to run this as I did before with Unigine Valley demo. So it's got a bit of sharpening on it as well. But look. I don't know if you guys can make out the ridges inside the mouth of the thing. And everything else. Look at the ruin. Not quite as good, although his sort of shoulder strap thing, that looks pretty good. Liking that. But Due-to looks very scary and transparent. That's pretty cool. Yeah, look at the combined armor. Excuse me. Detail on the angel wings. The chicken. And it doesn't have the same light shading that you get with the new engine, but still better. Shiny rubber ducky. Yeah, kind of cool. Definitely kind of cool. Yes, it is. The Zan weapons. Look pretty epic. And the shoulder pads there. The little dock with the duster helmet on in the vet store. Anyway, yeah, I'm liking that. For raids and stuff, that's definitely a winner. List of callers. What's this? Aaron sugar cake. Thanks. This is ours, isn't it? Which caller list is ours? Oh, it's particularly hard to follow here. I'm assuming we're the second one, aren't we? Yeah, because they're not there, are they? Oh, hang on. Callers for Ayla. Ah, there we go. Iraq is now, even on his little keeper, it's now a caller. Don't even say anything in chat, just jump to communicate. List of callers, right. We're raid group 2, so that's us. Target not in fight. Okay. Thing with Pande, it's such a familiar raid for most people. Saw Inc. 24. Is this EverQuest? No. This is Anarchy Online. It's Ultima Online. Yeah. No, it's a mud. No, it's Anarchy Online. Science fiction based MMO. Nearly as old as EverQuest though. 2001 game. So we're giving VG-Voodoo, or DG-Voodoo rather, we're giving DG-Voodoo a good old test this evening, because we're going to be doing this raid and then Sector 42, so that's 60 plus people. Zorgin, it's TSL up. Don't know what that is. Is this an emulator or the actual... No, the actual server's still live, yeah. 2 of them. There's the standard server, Rubicar, and Rubicar 2019, which launched obviously 2019. It was a, yeah, 20th anniversary this year. Yes, the servers are still running and the game is, well, still pretty bloody busy. Mostly, a lot of people came back in 2020 with lockdowns and whatnot, and even though a lot of people have gone back to work, they've gone, yeah, this really was a great game, why did I stop playing? And carried on playing, you know. So there we go. Right, step. Oh, look at this, Sav. 70, 90, 99. DG-Voodoo's really working well. You want this too? Yeah, I'll talk you through it between after the I raid and before Sector 42. Zorgin, I've actually been pondering on coming back. Come back, blame me for it, and I'll add you to the list of if I had $1 people. Yeah, personal lights, you can see there, form a perfect circle instead of like a splodge like they used to. Alright, let's close that now. Proc reminder. Population's actually really healthy, all things considered. Yeah, you can see the circles where people have got light sources. Well, the thing to do then, Zorgin, is come back on a froob, make a brand new tune, start relearning the game from the ground up, because no one's going to give a toss about a level 1 that doesn't know how to play, are they? It's the best way to kind of relearn the game, if you so to speak. Come back, make a brand new tune, and within like a month you'll be like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing now. And then it's time to log those, you know, old tunes off and start looking at new items and gear for them that's been introduced since you were last playing. Is it hard to learn? Yes. It would take an intelligent human being applying themselves approximately 6 months to really be on top of the game. Average intelligence person about the same. It just depends how active you are in the game, really. But yes, it is not a simple game to learn. It's got many layers. Yeah, so you got like people with lights, turn this way and it lights up. So there's a few few little glitches with DgVoodoo, but the game does have, you know, does have the old engine sort of vibe anyway. If you're a total ding-dong, I'm still noob after 20 years. Yeah, well, I could actually pretty much, yeah, it's the same for me. I mean, I've been playing 20 years as well, and I still learn new things. Enough to be able to play at high end without embarrassing yourself. Yeah, 6 months, probably, if you're a quick study. If you've played games like it before, you are going to find it easier to sort of relearn a lot of it. Sav knew the game. Sav's only been playing since 2004. Saw Inc. 24 is now following. Thank you for the follow. Yesterday morning, before when I was thinking of maybe starting the stream, I looked, I had 666 followers. It's like, oh no! And then 2 more joined while I was offline. It was like 668. I was like, okay, it's not unlucky anymore. So yeah, Boonavary's still on it. Nope. I'm going over to the picnic table. Could I have some cheese and wine, please, waiter? It would have been perfect for a beast raid. It would. Yes, it would have been. Zorgin, I've actually been to Funcom HQ. We had a dev in our guild who invited us all for some pre-Notum Wars stuff, or was it Shadowlands? Storm got invited to the headquarters in Norway, in Oslo. But I don't know who was a dev in Storm, if that's what it was. And Storm is still going, the original first guild ever in Anarchy Online, still running. We're a bit quieter than we used to be, I'll admit, but still here. Look at this, 70, 80 frames a second running through Pandemonium in a full raid. On the new engine, it's about 16 frames a second. This is awesome. So when I fall off the side, I've got no excuses other than, like, lag. Yeah, well, when they first introduced guilds, it didn't work. So Wolf and a bunch of others petitioned. A GM came and said, oh look, I'll tell you what, I'll form the guild for you, and manually formed Storm and said, congrats, you're the first ever guild. And we're still here, same guild. After Shadowlands launches, just said, WTF is this? Now for this actual raid, we are raid force number 2. Raid force number 1 we'll be joined up with after we've done once through. Because this is instanced Pande, and then for the next raid we go into real Pande. And that's interesting, because then it's like 60 people going into Pande, like the old days. Yeah, some of the lighting... It's dark, it's light, it's dark, it's light. I wonder though, let's try a global command for that. And global light off. Oh, it's still doing it, yeah. Yeah, you could force... People were forcing... well, Instance Pande is a deliberate game feature. So, you know, literally the power creep is such that a team of, like, 4 people can take down the beast at the moment. if they're, geared well enough. And a team of 6 definitely can. It just takes a while to get there and take the beast down, as opposed to the old days where you needed dozens of people. So because of that, to stop everyone fighting over the beast spawning every so many hours, what they did instead was introduced instancing. So this playfield we're on is our own. Unless you're in the raid group, you cannot enter it. Real Pande is still Real Pande, and we'll be doing that after this. But an instanced group, if I open the raid up, can hold 2 more teams. So you can have 36 people in total in one iPande. What you're remembering about the old Camelot raids for Tara was the game, to avoid congestion and lag, will spawn new playfields or instances of them, GS, so game space 1, 2, 3, 4, 27, whatever, depending how busy a particular dungeon is. And what we would do in the old days is, if it opened up a high level one by a ton of people entering, they went, right, it's now opened GS 12, someone would go log an alt into GS 12, and then people would come out until GS 8 was available, and then they put another little alt in there, and so on and so forth. So then what would happen is we'd do it once, everyone would exit, then they would log on the tune that logged off in GS 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then people would re-enter into that GS and kill the same boss again that was only supposed to spawn every 18 hours. But they stopped it because people were like grossly over farming the beast. It was pretty funny. So this is more a deliberate thing by Funcom to avoid griefing, really, because once you can do this raid with one team of people, you're going to end up with 2 or 3 teams in here all fighting over the loot, and it just ends up with a big grief match. So they got rid of it and just said, right, you can have instanced Pande, so your Pande is an exclusive. Which is kind of cool. Oh, we're moving. Never mind. Whee! So yeah, the game has come quite a long way. Don't really need that on anymore, do we? Yeah, making a DX7 8 game run in DX12 mode. Pretty awesome. It's a neat piece of work they've done there. Well, officially they're not working on AO at all anymore. It's in officially in maintenance mode, meaning nothing ever changes. However, they opened up the Pyramid of Home after that, and created a whole brand new dungeon with a ton of brand new loot. Then they did a high-level version of the subway. Oh no, it was the temple first, wasn't it? Yeah, they did a high-level version of the Temple of the Three Winds, and then a high-level version of the subway, and there's talk about possibly a high-level version of Biomare next. But it's talk, it's a rumour, we don't know, we've not heard anything official from anyone, so we don't actually know. But they're still sort of fixing little problems and stuff with it, even though officially it's in maintenance mode. There was a bit of shenanigans going on in PvP, and they patched a bunch of stuff, and a load of raid bots disappeared because they were doing naughty things like tagging people and logging where they were, and yeah, those bots unfortunately disappeared. So we'll see. It's a constant thing. There's always people that, you know, want to have an unfair advantage. So yeah. They have one dev officially that does anything with the game, and one community manager who also manages 20 other things. So yeah, Mortizal, excuse me, welcome to the stream. What AO needs is to do stuff from 170 to 200 on arcade. That would be cool, yeah. Because after the wreck, what do you do? You know, other than Borgs and missions. You have daily missions now as well, which give you, like, you remember rolling a mission and you go off and do it, and when you were low level, your XP bar would move a tiny bit. Well, now you have daily missions you do once a day, and they give you a ton of XP in comparison to the other ones. Absolute ton of XP. Due to Alaran, I'm only getting 20 frames per second on the new engine. Got to get one of those thread rippers. Get dgVoodoo and run the old engine like I'm doing. And you too can have 50, 60 frames a second with this many people. It's nuts. Because before that I would get 20 frames per second just with the old engine, and I'd get like 10, 16 if I was lucky on the new engine here with this many people. Especially when we go to real Pande and there's 60 people all in the same playfield, then we'll see if it's stable. It seems to be. That's everybody in the fight, plus the mobs. Still 50 odd frames a second. And it is actually using the GPU, not the CPU. You can see there. Normally you get like 20-30% usage. Now I'm at 60-70%. You've got to try this, I think, G2. Definitely. Especially on that monster rig you got there. 3080 and all the rest of it. God damn. Yeah, this is definitely working very, very well. You got it pulled up in another tab. Yeah, definitely do it. The setup's dead easy. Have I got... Oh, I closed the... Yeah. Wait that. It's got its own wiki. So, there you go. You can turn off all the ads on that. It's a wiki. So instructions for DirectX 2 to 8, that's all you need to do. Yeah, set it to a virtual card and then give it 4 GB like your card's got. It's all there. I just put inherit current. Yeah, there's a few. I'll take screenshots of exactly how I've got it set up and put them on the AO Discord for anyone that's interested. You know, as we're all there and there's no action happening, 70 odd frames a second. It's pretty good. You do have to restart the game to use it though. And in the AO launcher, Got to do some tweaks there as well. Yeah. I'm now on the old engine. I'm now running on NVIDIA GeForce GTX 980 DG-Voodoo TNL HAL. Rather than the wrapper. I might play around on the DX9 version as well. See if I can't get it to work. Actually dropped frame rate, so I'm pretty sure I did something wrong with it. The only thing is, because it's now got anti-aliasing, the map starts developing little lines on it. It's an AA fault. Yeah, 85, 82 FPS. Pretty sweet, I'd say. For doing, you know, for busy raids like this, it's bloody brilliant. Just got to throw a DX9 DLL into the AO folder. The trouble is it conflicts with using Reshade, which has its own, so I can't have both, it's one or the other. But if I can get it to do the frame rate, I'd rather have that than SMAA. If I can force MSAA, that's even better than SMAA at DX9 level. So yeah, epic. Because that's hardware anti-aliasing, virtually no impact. Zoning is quick as well. I can, you know, you can feel it when it's quicker. It's definitely quicker. I haven't got the lighting that you've got with the DX9 variant, so if I can get that to work with it as well, I'll be very happy. Oh, we're stopping for snacks. Wine and cheese, everyone. We're having wine and cheese again. Actually, I need to assign that key. Rather than mousing it. Hang on. Bar 4. Bar 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 6. Okay, bar 4, 6. Stick that on V. There we go. Oh, that's better. I'm trying to mouse it and you just use the mouse for the camera now. Much better. We've got seeds and those are free for all, anyone that wanted them. I've got... Which bag are they in? No. Oh, this is glorious. This is just so awesome, having no lag at this raid with this many bodies. Real Pan's going to be the bigger test because you've got more people. And that's usually what kills the frame rate for me, is when you've got hundreds of people right in front of you. Just as an experiment, actually. Character view distance. Just out of curiosity. Yeah, it's not affecting it now. Before that would make a hell of a difference. Now it makes none, which is awesome. We like that kind, yes we do. I wonder if they could like open a new playfield like they did with the wreck and have it be that 170 to 200 that you're talking about, Mortizal. That'd be cool. You know the one I'm thinking of, don't you? The one that's between two playfields and has a road in it and all the rest of it. That really is begging for something to occupy it. That's what we need. We need that to be opened with some new playfield, like Dust Brigaders in it, but like not level 300 ones. Like level 250 mobs and stuff, bosses at least. And level 200 regular mobs, and then everyone would go there. Well, I can't show you at the minute. It's in between Mort and Perpetual Wastelands, or Avalon and Perpetual Wastelands. I think I'll show you. But there's like a road there and everything, buildings. Well, there was obviously something planned for that area, because there's stuff on the map for it. I can't show you while I'm in Shadowlands, because I can't select that map in Shadowlands. Just the way it works. No, not those two zones. I mean, there's an area between them that needs to be opened up. And they could fill it up like they did with the wreck, you know, put a couple of guys at either end, one for Omni, one for Clan, or both for Newt. And, you know, put some bosses out there that are a little tougher, a few little drops, incidental mobs, populate it with those. It hasn't got a name on the map because it's just a gap between two playfields on the north of the map. But there's definitely some stuff in there. Like I can tell with Saavick's ×2 zoom map, you can see details inside the map. Like a road and building, and then at the other end there's another road and building. Those could easily be staging areas like you've got in a wreck. Rolling, yeah, I'll show you after this, if you haven't finished. That's because Sav has already been there and completed all of the content. Also be interesting, let's see what the middle of the boss room looks like with this running. Because it was the Windows update that screwed it, wasn't it? Yeah, you see how the pools of light around people are now perfect circles instead of splodgies? It does that. It's really very cool. And as I say, I don't know if you guys can read it or not, but DX12. Ah, it's not doing it. Which is awesome. Proc reminder, yes. 70 frames a second. Yeah, DX11 might be a better for people with older graphics cards and stuff. Actually, DX12 you could do on a 680, couldn't you? So if you've got something older than that, maybe not. For DX12. I'll have to look it up. But DX12 API is very GPU heavy rather than CPU heavy. Going the wrong way. There he is. Yeah, there's some weird lighting going on, like with depending which way you turn round, but other than that, it's bloody good. Trying to nail that pink. There we go. Sav's been to every area and done things there. We know. Sav is the Arkness. Secret Ark. He says, no. We all know. Only saying that because she's in chat and she can hear me, so she knows I'm taking the mick. In real life, Saavick is my nurse. Nurse, I've fallen out of the chair again. Oh, Kenneth. Well, God, I get it wrong again. Kethen, yes, welcome to the stream. Do notice the frame rate at the top right corner. This is the old engine, but I'm running it with dgVoodoo2 in DirectX 12 mode, as you can see there, nearly 200 frames a second. Oh, it's red. Now, let's give it a real test. Where do frame rates go to die? Yeah, it does this with the lighting though. It's a little bit goofy, but it's not the worst thing in the world. And I'd sacrifice a bit of the lights working properly for really good frame rate in busy raids. Now, guess where I'm going? Let's give it a real test. ICC, where frame rates go to fly. That's 70 FPS in ICC. Couldn't get anywhere near that on the old engine or new engine before. 80, looking that way. Duck down and then it's back up. Look at that. 80, 70 frames a second in ICC. Yeah. If we go flying... Well, hang on. Yeah, see this big area here? Look, it's all... You zoom in on that. Bear with me. It takes longer to... Yeah, look. There's island and a river around it there and another river there. And then... Further up, look, there's roads and a crater. Could have a staging area there. Some boss over there or something, you know. It's all just there, ready to go. Is it purple or is it just me? Is what purple? Oh, you mean the stream? Oh, refresh. Hit F5 then. It's glitched. If it's purple for you, it's definitely glitched. But this is awesome, I'm telling you. Yeah, it takes away the 100 cap because it's running in DX12, not DX7, 8, whatever it actually is on the old engine. You can see there as well, the GPU's actually getting some use, 98%. My God. Now normally, AO's like, yeah, 20-30% on the old engine. There you go, back in Pandemonium. +60 frames a second. GPU load in the 90s, but looks good. There you go, go back to that one, and... Oops. Let's have a look. Can we change the lighting? Turn global light off. Pandemonium lights. Inferno. Pen. Caustic. Ah, you're on your phone. I don't know then. Yeah, it doesn't look like it on... I'm looking at... Hang on, let me look at the stream back over Chrome. Just to be 100%. It doesn't look like it on the feed going out at my end. Nope. Looks okay. Yeah, having caustic light, the underwater light seems to do most of the... seems to do most. I can't just turn the gamma up now, though, like I can with the new engine. Cap is still in place on... Yeah, you can't... I can't get over... I occasionally see 101, but that's margin of error, I think. I think it's actually, you know, it is 100 cap. Running from here to Inferno, I got nearly 200 frames while I wasn't streaming. It was just absolutely bonkers. Yeah, you got to give it a go, due to... I'm going to have a damn good faff with it to get it working on the new engine as well, if possible. It might be they still need to do more work with their software, but it's certainly working for older games. It does it. Everything feels like the mouse response is snappy and, you know, pin sharp. It's really good. Likey. Not worried about a Bok. Already have an awakened Bok in the bag there. But instead I'm wearing the new thing from the new Subway, which is that. The Condemned Bulwark. Or Bullock, I don't know. That guy's wearing it as well, you can see. It's kind of bright. But ordinarily, even on the old engine in Pandemonium, with this many people, I would generally get 10, 15 frames a second. It made it very hard to function, but I could. Due has been removed from the raid. Are you restarting with this working? Yeah. On the old engine, you just copy across from the MS folder. You copy across, well, everything in there. DD draw, all of that. Redford 123, or Reload rather. Reload 123 is now following. Thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, you got DX89, DD, LMMND in that 86 folder. Just put all those inside the Anarchy folder. Then on the DG Voodoo, you've got a add folder, so you just go to the game folder and add that, and then start setting it up from the control panel executable. I'm going to make a video for it. Don't worry. It's too useful not to, and if it can stay stable here, we're really like running through ICC and all the rest of it, then I'm comfortable recommending it to people. On the new engine, I couldn't get it to work properly due to... I could get it so it was running, but it halved the frame rate, so I was doing something quite wrong. You'll lose your frame rate. No, I'll change it. ICC, where frame rates go to fly. I only got to change one word, haven't I? See, I've already thought that out. In fact, I might start the video like that. Stand in ICC without it running and go, ICC, where frame rates go to die. Or do they? Intro music and then go into the installation tutorial. Daylight 97, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. On the old engine, it's definitely, for big raids like this with dozens of people, yeah, it's definitely a thing. Because what's going to happen next is the other raid group, which is 34 people, is going to join everyone here. And then we'll see how well if it can handle that, jobs are good, and I'd say. And it looks pretty nice as well, considering, 20-year-old piece of software, so... I would rather have the frame rate than the catchphrase, except that I could maybe sell t-shirts with the catchphrase. Yes, from Zinzig, who's not on the stream. There you go. Me with a longer beard. Doing my best, either A, town hobo, or C, Viking. That's the t-shirt there he made for me. But he put the AO logo on it. But it is a one-off. It's not like... I'm selling them. He made it for me for free. He just wanted to send it to me. He says, I've made this t-shirt. I've got to send it to you. So what is it? He says, it's just a t-shirt, but you'll see it when you see it. And I was like, okay. And then it showed up. I was like, oh, yeah. This is cool. So, yeah. Quite happy with that, I have to say. Which would you prefer, old or new? New client. I love the lighting in the new client and the grass, and yeah, it just really brings it to life. It has its moments as well with the God rays where you just go, oh, it's so pretty. Especially places like Elysium and that, Even Sheol, when the time of day is right, it looks amazing. So if I can get this dgVoodoo thing to work with the new engine, I will be using it on that all the time, I think. Because normally I ran with shaders, I had a lot, all sorts running. So yeah, there's a lot to play with there, I think. A lot to unwrap. I only started playing with it about 2 hours ago, so, very impressed so far. But what you want in a raid is consistent, decent frames per second. So you've got all these people here. And, yeah, 50, 60 frames a second. No overclock on the graphics card or... well, there's a little bit on the CPU, but not much. It has got a soft multiplier of 43. But then you need to push the voltage a bit hard, and I prefer to just run the fans a little slower and have it at 4 gig instead of 4.3. The main reason I switched to the new client back in the day was you couldn't run it at 1440p. That's no longer an issue either, thanks to Dream with Anarchy Online Item Assistant. He found that just adding a couple of files took away the 2048 by 2048 resolution lock on the game. I mean, which made sense at the time because nobody had a monitor with that kind of resolution on it in 2001, and certainly not while it was being developed, you know, in 97, 98, 99, and so on. So it made sense to sort of have that there, but it was a soft lock, and he said, oh, you only have these two files and you can have any resolution you like. So this is the old engine at 1440p, and also with that. Esnelric, hello everyone. Hello, welcome to the stream. We're in Anarchy Online. Yeah, I am. During the break between the real Pande, which will finish probably... I mean, I'll have an hour in between to faff with the new engine and dgVoodoo. Should be interesting. And the real test is going to be ICC and people waiting for Hodor. Join the raid. I think I'm in it, but I'll click on it anyway. You already in the raid, okay. And if I can get it to work, then great. We're doing Sector 42 with new engine and high frame rate. If not, I'll just leave it on the old engine and do that. I is not AFK, I is here. Yeah, the armour this toon is wearing. Couldn't get the new engine to do anything. Did you use virtual... Yeah, do that. Due to, I think for busy raids like this, just switch to the old engine with AOIA, DLLs, and this. Bloody good. Maybe have a play with it after. Because we's moving now and it's real Pande, so there's no... no shenanigans. Apparently we're killing the survey dog. someone mongoed. Survey dog must die. You haven't used it in years. Yeah, I know. I had to do something similar. If you try patching the new engine while the old engine whilst the new engine is running, it will shut down the new engine. So don't do it now, because I've done that before. Yeah, if it's got Anarchy Online in the name, it'll just close it. Yeah. Brute force patching. Yeah, so now we've got nearly 60 people here, at least 50 I think. Oh, somebody nuked. There we go. That's what we've got there, 6, 12... We've got 17 here, and then however many in the other one. 17, 34, so it's like 50 odd, nearly 60 people here. I'm getting 30, 40 frames a second with all those bodies in, with everyone in view. That's pretty bloody good. I think I'm 52 now, I'm not looking at them, 70s, 72. So yeah, I'm going to have a faff and see if I can't get it to work with the with the new engine as well. All it did for me was give me strange lighting effects and half the frame rate I'd normally get. So yeah, that needs a bit of work. I will say this only once. Please kill ads first. Yes, callers. I'll kill whatever you tell me to call. Oh, also, proc reminder. So many Rowins. Or however you pronounce it. 225. 223. 225. 223. 225 one is a pain in the bottom. Yeah, I didn't want to come on the dock for this because I might have been putting a team with the responsibility of healing that team whilst streaming and cacking about with unproven software to make it have more frames. So, bit of a risky move to sort of lamp all that on, you know. Alright, you're healing the tank. Beast. Uh-oh, he's crashed. I'd rather not. Whereas on Keeper, if you drop out well, you probably wouldn't be missed that much. The raid wouldn't come to a halt. Got stuck. I got stuck in the wall. You really need the high heels, can't go around using CH, no. Plus the blues will block it in here anyway. Yeah, I need to 215 before I start bringing him to this raid. Or any other Hodor stuff, because you need to have your DB quest nanos really to be viable in this type thing. You know, well, not so much viable, but be able to perform in a way that they, you know, the raid might expect you to. Keep the main tank alive on the boss. You know, you need to be. You can't just sit there chain casting CH at the tank. You've got to use everything else you get later as well. You can probably tell by the speed the boss is going down now how many more people are here, even though you don't visually see them because they're in a different raid group. Because it will only allow 36. See? Yeah, so that's why I didn't bring the dock. It's like, well, the dock ain't up to snuff yet. The 203 currently. I would like to bring them to Hodor just for the alien XP, but, you know. No, he's not going to move off there. He's one of the ones from over in the middle somewhere. And he's trying to run away. Or he's bugged. Meditative gloves of the Aquarius. Why? Intelligence and psychic for 25. Pretty useful for getting alphas in on a Trox. Yeah, it's a dead game, AO. No one plays it. He says, as this many people go storming through pandemonium. And this is only like the clan side. This isn't even like the whole server. There's no omnis in this. Aren't we killing this thing? Or is it not up? It's not up. We're going round to the mid. Not here either. Kill the pinks! Yeah, no, I will. Once I've got the DB quest and beaters in, I'll feel more comfortable bringing the dock out on, you know, on the big girl stuff. But until then, I don't think he's quite ready. Someone invited my 211 dock to DB3. Well, you could probably get away with it in DB. You got a soldier tank. That was a quick zone considering how many bodies are also going through there. Camera to behave here. It's either got to look down or it disappears inside the bridge. Those ones over there are just going to run off back to where they're supposed to be. Feet and off the bridge. There we go. Charging in. Get the healer. Yeah, zipping. Kill it. And all the ads. A whole bunch of ads just rode in. Where are they? Right, someone's calling them. I need to updo the caller macro. Probably I do. Especially do the ads first, especially since you decided to pull them all. Yeah, somebody did, because they don't normally come in from that far away. No belt. Continue. I say up, we go up. Whoever's calling for our team is going straight for the boss. Yeah, that's better. Oh, something is AoEing. Keep seeing everybody's health drop in team. Unless that's a visual bug, I don't know. It'd worry the sniffle out of me if I was on a dock and be like, whoa, what just happened? think he's slightly debuffed. You go 106, 114, 120 frames a second. This is awesome. God, I wish I had a G-Sync monitor. It'd be even better then. I'm not getting any tearing though, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, what nanos do you get from the DB quest on a dock? I know you can do the quest at like 205, but you can't actually use the nanos until 215. Because all of them kind of require, for the most part at least, require the nano deck, and you can't equip a nano deck until you are 215. So it's like an alternate way to lock the nano, really. Keep tabbing the new. Did you make it for real Pande South? I can't see you anywhere. Yumi Himi has joined the group. And that, yes, that's how you pronounce it. We asked them. So there you go. Because I wasn't sure, you know. I've read the name many times, but never said it out loud. And it's only when you come to say it out loud, you start thinking about how the hell do you pronounce that name anyway. You know, so it's one of those, really. You be dead. Left click until you see Energy Vortex up there. And then just right click. Nice and painless. Yeah, you can see the difference. It's making the light sources perfect circles as opposed to sort of weird looking blob with a bit of a ripply edge to it that ripples along the ground. Okay, I think it's procs and go. This will be a rather fast beast kill, I think, with this many bodies. I've been in this raid when it's been virtually 2 completely full raid groups. So like over 60 people pounding on poor old beast who can't nuke and can't reflect because he's drained to snot with grand theft and everything else. Okay, I think everything's down. Oh no, there's another. This is the second wave. The second wave already because of how quickly this guy's getting hammered. Sky Cannon UK. Evening, Carl and chat. Good evening. Welcome to the stream, Heather. How are you? And he's down and I don't need any anything. Right. I'm saving all my Hodor finery for an Akadaka. Atmosphere artillery. That's different. Alright. Right, that's very red as I'm zoning, but that's just a thing. There we go. So you can see the pools of light around things are awfully circular on the old engine. But you know, shadows are still a splodge rather than an actual shadow. Soaking wet, you just went shopping. Oops. Yeah, let's go back and check ICC once more. Yep. There you go. ICC, 60 odd frames a second on the old engine. I used to get 20, maybe 30 on a good day if it was quiet. 80. Stood in the middle of ICC. It's looking southeast. Looking northeast. It's about the same, 70, 80. Northwest, 87. Good God. Why the boss didn't have an attack animation? He did. He's also got UBT, melees and wasteless arm movements, which means he probably attacked a total of 10 times during that whole fight. Excuse me. That's just amazing to come to ICC and have frame rate. You get the occasional minor stutter, but it's just as far distance things come into view. Just like, wow. GA4 price check. From Major Insult. No idea at the moment. No idea. Let's have a look on GMI. See what the buy orders look like. If there's any for sale. Grid, Mark. It's IV, isn't it? On the Nano. Okay. Nano crystals. No. Should bring up something. Mistyped. No? Hang on then. Do the full name. Nano. Fixer. Right. Grid Armor Mark IV. 3 billion is the sell order. Less than 1 billion for that. Somewhere in between that. 2 maybe? 2 or 3? Let's have a look under general. See if anyone's just selling the patterns. Not that. Wrong thing. Instruction disc. None for sale. So completed crystals anywhere from 1 billion to 3.5 billion. Apparently. Vulpu's cheeky buy orders. I didn't notice. I wasn't looking. Go and enter the grid. 130 frames a second. So there is a frame drop in ICC, but it's yeah. Right, old Athen with all these people, 120 frames a second. With all these dudes. Storm Hangout. Welcome back, Saavick. You missed Real Pande, unfortunately. Yeah, it does uncap it, definitely. If we go over here, you know, you'll keep an eye on the corner. Depends how much is on screen, but yes, it will. I mean, if we go in a shop, it's not just a margin of error. Go in. There you go. Somewhere between 200 and 170 frames a second. The event took a bit longer than 15 minutes. They always do. There you go. 200 frames a second. You can V-sync it as well. It's got an option to do that. Have they done the points yet? So I can relog. Probably have to wait now. 884. Can't remember how many I had last time. She was getting honoured at the Smithsonian for her work in exploration. Yes, you're probably quite right. Yeah, so you can get up to 200 frames a second. I'm guessing if you run at a lower resolution, etc., it'll probably go up again. They did the 80 for the Beast. Okay. So there we go. This is... I'm going to log off at the gathering point. My monitor doesn't. My monitor does 60, but the game still goes above it. Everything's nice and sharp there. Let's have a look at the signs up on the hill. Yep. Nice tack sharp and still sharp on that side. Billboards, not running any ads, but they've got the scan lines on them. Don't know if they show on the stream. They do to me. And with the sharpening and anisotropic filtering. There you go. The beeping, the Ghostbusters backpack. Mine does 165. Well, both of them do. Yeah, I ain't got high refresh rate monitor money. So I ain't got one. After 2020 and 2021 so far. Hopefully we come out of lockdown this year, bands will start playing again and I can start fixing all their gear that's been gathering dust for a year. And all those bent guitar necks that'll need fixing. Right, okay. So I'm going to log off on the old client. So you can see there again, 70, 80 frames a second. With it set up like this. So I'm going to exit out. Now, if you've got G-Sync, this is going to look super good. I don't, but with AO it doesn't matter. I still don't get tearing. So we're going to do a little bit of experimentation now. So we're going to log to the new client as I normally have it, and then we're going to try and get dgVoodoo to work. Right. Sky Cannon is not technically minded. Yeah, high refresh rate monitor is, if you use one, you can tell. They are really good. Let's have a look. Right, so this is how I would normally, and up till now, have been running the new engine. So this is as per the Tweaking the New Engine 2020 video. So everything at the moment is set exactly as that was. I'm going to say no for now. Do that. Right, let's have a quick look in Task Manager. How many Anarchies am I running? Because sometimes one of them hangs on. And that ends up using more RAM. It's weird. Right, so there you go. New engine 4850. GPU usage DX9. 20 to 50%, depending on what's happening. But the lighting's, I think, a lot nicer. Right, let's go to ICC, see what happens. What's dgVoodoo? It's a bit of software that rewraps old games so they run on newer machines, and it has a remarkably good result with the old engine. Right, so we're here and we're getting, oh, right, this is more what we're used to. 12, 16, so what are we saying? Southeast, what were we getting? Like 80, 70, 80? I'm now getting 19. Northeast, I don't know if you can see that, 19, 17. Northwest, lucky to get 20 frames, and southwest, same again, about 20 frames a second. Okay, and that's the same sort of thing when there's a lot of people around as well. See, it's a lot better in here. 50, 59. Oh, I got snagged again. The black hole that is the emergency exit. Can it not be moved over to a wall out of the way somewhere? Soto Mahoney, welcome back to the stream. Right, okay, so new engine still has dire frame rates in ICC, but I can do stuff like add SMAA to it, etc. Right, okay. So then, I'm going to log off and try and use dgVoodoo and see what I can get it to do. So the instructions on their site, dgVoodoo2 DX9, on the wiki says DX9 as of version 2.6. I'm on 2.7, so that's all good. Got 2 new notifications. Gendrix, what's your... Oh, right. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Can I get to it? Yeah, schedule. Okay, hopefully that's done him. Right, so you guys want to be watching what I'm doing, don't you? So hang on a second. Display capture. Right, okay, so I need to go to... Right, this is the folder. And here is the wiki. Don't full screen. Right, okay, so configuring. We've done that one. That worked really well. Right, to download the latest version, we've got 32-bit game. It is. And we want D3D9 DLL, right, which is that. And it says only copy that, whereas for 8 you needed a few of them. So, okay, we copy. Then I want the Anarchy Online new engine folder. That's already got a DLL in it, but I've got a backup of it, because that's the one that you install to use the reshade. I don't want any of the other ones, though, apparently. Let's have a look. Just make sure. What was it? D3D8 I don't want in this folder. Right, you shouldn't be there. And D3DLMN is not required, which is probably what screwed it up. Okay, we're safe there, I think. And DD draw doesn't need to be in there either. Let's make sure that's... I didn't copy that over previously. No. Okay, so those are the correct files. Now we start up... where are we? No, not that one. Not that one. Yes, in here. Right. So there's the download. So that's the master file with the API and everything. And there's dgVoodoo. So this is the control panel file here. I'm going to start that. I've already gone to Anarchy Online. So that's the folder. And configure the settings. Right, okay, so it's probably too small to read. However, okay, let's have a look. Adapters, all of them, or Microsoft. I'm just going to tell it all of them. Default output. There you go, that's Soto Mahoney things. And then DX, what do they say on the site? Let's have a look at these images. Okay, that's app driven. So under general. Okay, right, okay, I think I got it. Right, so I want to set that to dgVoodoo virtual 3D acceleration, filtering app driven, because we've got that kind of filtering. I've got apply Fong shading. I don't think we need that. I'll turn that off. VRAM 4 gig. Resolution is the resolution. Leave that as all of them. Default screen is default. If I set that, no, I'm going to leave it on all of them because that's going to include the virtual one. Right, click apply. Right, okay. Start the game. Every time I run Epic, I ran it to buy a free game. Every shortcut suddenly gets a tick. All right, so we're running the game. Oh, Anarchy crashed. That's not good. Okay, DX feature. Let's go all the way to 12. Apply. Try and run Anarchy. Play. It crashed. Okay, what's going on in Task Manager then? So look, have we got an old instance running? As is usually the case. Now, let's go back. What have we deleted? It was only those. Maybe they do need to be in there. Okay, let's restore all of those. Check the Anarchy folder again. No, it doesn't. No, it's crashed again. Right, this time then, use the GeForce. Apply. Ah, wait. Game settings. Go back to all of them. Apply. Right, start the game. Accept. Right, settings. Let's have a look. What have we got here? We've got the first one and the second one. It's usually, that is usually the one I want because that's this monitor. Try that. Anarchy crashed. No, don't send it. It's nothing to do with them. Right, so we're on there. DirectX, virtual card. Oh, VRAM's dropped to 0. Ah, well, that might explain it. Okay, we're on there. Okay, it's, all of that is... Oh, no, maybe I do want to keep that open because I'm going to be faffing around and changing that. Let's get that running again. Right, okay. Let's just check those settings stuck. Oh, let's get to there. Right, 4 gig. API 12. Full screen windowed. Okay, DirectX. Don't need the watermark. All right, all looks good. Let's try. Mm-hmm. Oh, hello. And what's the frame rate like? Lower than it was before. But we are using DX12. So yeah, it's not really working, is it? Okay, well that's all right. Let's come out of DX12. Go back to DirectX under General and let's switch that to, let's go down to DX11 feature level 11. And still 4 gig, virtual card, apply. Try the Fong shading. That sounds fun. Okay, accept. Make sure we're on Voodoo 3 thingy. Okay. Okay, it's not crashed, but it's starting slowly. What we got? That's now DX11 with 35, 40 frames a second. So it's actually making the performance worse. Well, that's a shame. Right, okay. So we don't want that. Quit out of there. And I want to replace that DLL with my other one. Check on Task Manager. Make sure there's 2 surrogate in Task Manager. You get random clients still running in there. Copy the DLL. And I'm going to write over it, paste, replace it. And let's try Anarchy now. Without their DX9 DLL, it shouldn't function. A little slow to start. Yeah, and we're back to DirectX 9, but we're at 80 frames a second. Right, okay. So there you go. We've given it a quick go. Given it a go, but no, it's not really working on the new engine, unfortunately. Not yet, anyway. But with the old engine, it certainly is. Let's just check the settings haven't moved themselves or anything. Let's decline for a second. We want to get back to the RAID. Right, so for this Anarchy, yeah, virtual DirectX 12, I left that on all of them. Everything else, I've got the Fong shading. So that's all there, that's all working. It's remembered all the settings for that, so I'm going to say OK. And hit the wrong launcher. Go back, AO Vanilla. Hit accept. Play. There we go, 110 frames a second on the old engine. And we want to go back to game capture. It should pick it up. Come on. Pick up the game. Don't be an arse. It's going to be annoying. It does this. Right, hang on. Okay, we'll do display capture then, you awkward sod. Right. I'm amazed you can navigate. Well, my brain just works that way, Sav. Just one of them. So yeah, see there, it's really good frame rates. I mean, the lighting's not as nice, but it's acceptable. So yeah, eventually they're going to come up with a better version of it for the new engine, and when they do, I will adopt it probably. But on the old engine, it's making such a great difference to performance. It's amazing. See, like the little light source now is with the Fong lighting. It's kind of cool. you can see it. Have I got any lighty uppies? Let's have a look. Have I got any with me? I know I've picked them up over the Christmas and whatnot, but I don't think I've got any with me. Yes, hello, sir. Hello. Alright, rejoin the raid. And then I want to go after zoning. Let's put Hodor with the wrong capitalization applied. And now with the correct capitalization. Looking for team window. Poof! Like that. And even though I don't need any more AI, I rolled a mission for it just so I could get to AI without running through ICC. However, running through ICC isn't painful anymore. Toshiro, my level 200 trader, was meant to be named Old Trades. I forgot the D in the name. Well, I was trying to roll Carlos, and typoed. So we got Kalos, and it's stuck, and it has stuck for 20 years, so it's sort of like, that's me now. Yeah, it does improve some of the shading. Not as much as the new engine, but it does improve it. Yeah, a couple of stutters as fresh stuff comes into view, but it's still, overall, it's better. Way, way, way better. I mean, there's even a little bit of lighting going on here. Kalos is a very unique name. Well, it's kind of a mistake, but it's stuck. So it's kind of like, now it's my name. So, you know, may as well keep that name. Having a character in a game for 20 years will do that. I went the wrong way, I know. Yeah, a little bit of stutters there. But then again, I am streaming as well, so... It's the old engine with dgVoodoo. And instead of getting 10 and 20 frames a second in a big raid, I'm getting way, way, way more. Although it is stuttering a bit here. Let's have a... Oh, Chrome's open. There you go. Shut Chrome down. See, normally I would drop down to somewhere around 16 frames a second, but now I'm here 70 plus just by having dgVoodoo2 installed. I can see Sav. Don't know if Sav's installed it yet. Come on, pick up the game. It won't. It's gonna do it that way. Yeah, even with all these people here. It's pretty good. I heard for once, yeah, 60, 61, 59, yeah, it's pretty bloody awesome, gonna say. You didn't install it yet. Yeah, there's not a lot to it, really. It just doesn't work with the new engine, really, as far as I can see. If you look over here, I don't know if you can make that out on the stream, but D3D12 Probably run just as well on 11 as well. You can see even there, look, it's actually using the GPU properly. This frame rate would be even higher were I not streaming. Did you use reset? No, because they both have their own DLL files. One has, you can't have two files named the same in the same folder, can you? So you can't have both, as far as I know. They might expand upon it later. I don't know. So the D3D folder that's in the main Anarchy folder that you use for reshade is also named the same for this. So it's only moving a couple of tiny files around and then running the control panel just to make sure it's pointing at the right folder, etc. And voila, it doesn't need to be in the Anarchy folder. It doesn't change how the game runs or how the executable runs or anything else. But it really, really works. Use dgVoodoo and reshade without their DLLs. Really? I haven't got reshade on this client because it's the old client. But it didn't want to work with it. Maybe the way I've got reshade set up is a bit off. I don't know. It's because I use ray tracing on it and stuff. Yeah, I went in a shop and got 200 frames a second. We just did real Pande with Hodor, so that's like pretty much nearly 60 people. Barely went below 40 anywhere in that entire raid with the in-game settings like that. Max view distance, max character distance, everything, you know, that you can do here. So everything switched on in effects and everything else as well. Pretty nice. Pretty bloody nice, gotta say. Right, while we're just waiting quick, do you want a tutorial on how to install it, Sav? Trouble is, you see, if I do it as though it's a tutorial, I can't do all that cool zooming in and highlighting things that I do on a video, because I do that in post on the video. Okay, I'll log out again. Where are we at? 35 minutes. We all do. Yeah, I'll make a proper tutorial for it then. But if you follow the instructions on the wiki, you shouldn't have a problem. Yeah, just search that. So you've got the official download repository, etc. So you do that. Then once you've downloaded it and unzipped it, you should have, oh, it's a recycle bin. Yeah, so I downloaded dgVoodoo and dgVoodoo Master, but I actually only needed this, as it turned out. So in there you go to the MS folder, x86 folder, and for the old client you want, it tells you on the page that you place D3D8 DLL, which is this one, D3D I or L, I can't make it out, pretty much all of these, and the drawer, and place those inside the main Anarchy folder. Okay, you got that bit so far? You're gonna have to log off to make it work. Can't do it with the game running. So you copy those into the Anarchy folder like that. Back up your old any files it wants to overwrite, I would say. Okay, when that's done, we go back to the main DG folder and bring up this, the control panel. So select the API you want. Oh, sorry, first of all you need to find where you've just put them, so you click on the add button over here. That should add, and you can see that's on a different SSD, the old client. So Anarchy Online, I call part 2, And you can see I've put output API, DirectX 12 adapter, all of them. Default screen I've set to all. And then you go, glide's not applicable in this case because we're not using an old glide game. So go to DirectX, and then you've got SVGA card, or that one, which is dgVoodoo Virtual 3D Accelerator card. Set this so it matches the amount of VRAM you've got on your graphics card, which should be there. I've told it to force anisotropic ×8, left resolution unforced, because Dreams DLLs or whatever it puts in fixed the resolution. And then anti-aliasing MSAA, which is really nice anti-aliasing, and it's hardware, I've set to ×4, which is fine at 1440p. And then click apply, double check all your settings, say OK, and start the game. When you start the game, you might get that message like no suitable 3D adapter found or whatever. So go to settings, then here go to change, and I've got double listings because I've got twin monitors, but you can see there you've got DX wrapper. I've got it on using the GeForce card, TNL, HAL, etc. The first one. I haven't tried using these wrapper versions, I don't know, but just doing it like that, and it works great. Right, let's close all this guff down. There we go. And even when the game wasn't a priority window, it was still running at 30 odd frames a second. There you go. Clear as mud, Sav. Right, I'm quickly going to go and get a drink. So, quick intermission, everybody. Oh, come on, Streamlabs. Pick up the game. It's being a... Anytime I use display capture and then go back to using... Oh dear, come on, man. It's annoying when it does this. Clear as muck, yes, there you go. Right, I'll be back very shortly. Right, and I are back. Yes, I am. There we go, we're back. Still at 50 plus frames a second, which ain't bad. I need to check what nanos the docs get from the DB quest. Where's he gone? Right, so Doc gets improved team health plan, okay. Then Doc gets Bone Eater, that sounds cool. And then superior team health plan, sounds great. Bigger health HP buff and hot. Improved complete healing, awesome. And then for the final part, improved life channeler. Nice. So that's a bunch of decent nanos. There you go, Sav. God knows how many people are here, probably 60 by now. And 46 frames a second. It's an awesome dot, is it? Toshiro, I haven't done this on my trader. You need to be 205 to actually get the quest and 215 to be able to use pretty much all of those nanos, because they require that you have your nano deck, and to equip the nano deck you need to be 215. So yeah, catch 22 there, they got you that way. Now, yeah, this feels a hell of a lot better. Now, on Trader, it's great. Once you've got your Shadowlands calms on Trader, getting anywhere is a doddle. If anything comes at you and you don't want it, you just calm it. Trader calms are they almost as good as Krat, or is it NT after Krat? I can't remember. I think actually Trader's slightly better than NT at calms, if they're fully drained. I can't remember now. They do calm well though. 16 FPS, real smooth gameplay. Have you not put it on the old client yet? Or you're on the new client, aren't you? If I was on the new client right now, I would not get more than that. I would probably get less than that. I did it and it made no difference. Well, it should have more than 100 FPS if it's working on the old one. I still prefer the new client at 16 FPS. It does look better, there's no two ways about it. Yeah, well, I was getting like 200 on the old client. I'm getting 97 FPS in Old Athen, yeah. Well, I didn't used to, you see. Got to remember, my system's a bit of an old banger, you know. 4-core CPU running at 4 gig. GTX 980, you know, it's not top of the line at all. Oh, you can turn off the dgVoodoo thing. I'll make a video for what I've actually done. Did you change the adapter setting when you started up the old client? Gosh, it's time Kalos gets a new updated system. Well, I'd love to, but, you know, they cost now. How much did your system cost without all the water cooling due to? How much was that roughly without the monitors and water cooling? How much was just the hardware? What it does to the old, it's not worth it for me. It still refuels the old engine. Fair enough. Has it hooked the bloody game yet? No, it still won't. It does this sometimes. 2.5k, yeah. I've got 50 quid, you know, so for what I paid, add an extra 200 or 300, yeah. I think this will also fix the issue with people wanting to use the old client on a laptop, because it's forcing DirectX 12 or 11. You know, I had to pay extra for the CPU. No stock came in for a couple of months. Oh, yeah. I would almost certainly go AMD this time. I can't see... Intel would have to drop their prices for me to go Intel again, which is a shame because I do like Intel. I mean, this having quad-core memory channel has been really good, but AMD are just so far ahead of them, performance versus cost. Gen in fewer cores in 10th gen and still doesn't... Yeah, exactly. There's no point. No point, really. I'd still go Nvidia on graphics. Sorry. But they are better. Runs super hot and draws like through. They need to get off 14 nanometer. I know, yeah. They're behind everybody now. They're behind AMD and they're behind Nvidia. Nvidia went down to an 8 nanometer fab. And they could have gone smaller than that. But they didn't. Daylight's 97 special chat for a for a dgVoodoo vid. I will make one, yes. What I have to do though is just to make sure that it's absolutely all the information in it is correct. I don't miss anything, except it takes a little while to make those sorts of videos. But yeah, for Hodor I'd rather have more than, you know, because I'm streaming it. You see, if I wasn't streaming it I'd get 16-20 frames a second and I can manage to play at that, but I think on a stream it doesn't look so good, so I'd rather have a higher frame rate. Now, we did this once before. I went on the old engine, came here, and I was still only getting 20, 30 frames a second, if that. And then with this, it's like 45, 50, and I've got no overclock running or anything. I mean, I could. I've got that running, haven't I? Can I get... I can't get to... or can I? Yeah. So, I've got an old overclock I used to use. Just make sure it's doing the fan as well. Yeah. So you might hear that on the stream, I don't know. It's not a big overclock. It can help. Yeah, it's added a few frames a second, not much though. But it's definitely louder, that's the only thing. And that's the most RAM I have ever seen the new engine use, running it in DX12 mode. Normally it's much, much lower. Now the quest to find Duty. Aha! Seeing as you're on the stream, yeah, look how cool your setup looks now. This is the old engine as well. It looks even better on the new engine. All the pointy teeth. And the texture inside the mouth. Pretty cool. And Sav being taller than me. Mind you, it's probably not at the moment. What happens with first person is the camera's height is your chest. Usually. It's weird. Nope, Sav is just bigger. Let's have a look. It is Horror Ghost Costume and Old English Trading Company Retro Pads Black. And then he's got... I don't know. Oh, he's got a beast pad on the other one. There you go. I like this getup. Mihalik, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. How are you? Yeah, so I'm quite impressed with it. But honestly, if you can follow the wiki, that's all I did. You know, I just derped my way through it and then faffed around with it until it worked. I think I'll do a DirectX 11 guide though, because not everybody's GPU will support DirectX 12, I think. And also, I think I'll undo that overclock because it's not really doing anything. Except making the fan louder and the GPU hotter. Yeah, it's not really helping. That could be CPU as well now, I don't know. But you got to remember I am streaming on the same box as well, so... Oof, last night I was working until 4 AM, so yeah, oh god. Not good. Alright, I've only got a few minutes before we should... Are you... Oh, I'm not in team. Oh, good God, I'm an idiot. I am an idiot. Too busy faffing around. I'm gonna miss the raid again. Join the raid. If I was kicked out, which one should I be in? Everyone step in. Help. Come on, I was here at half past. You want Ella's east. Ella for D east. Make sure that's visible. I must have missed the message. Alright, there we go. Somewhere in here is the supervisor, and remember, I would like access to enter, please. Here you are. Don't run off, because it will give you the mission and lock you without the buff that you need to enter. I accepted the mission, please give me access. Good luck, citizen. Goodbye. Don't do what dopey me did last time. I didn't get the authorization buff. PDKP is good for traders. I hope so, because I'm still using one on mine. Day 60 FPS. List of callers, which will be a little different now. We'll replace that. Yeah, the crit isn't as hard, but they still hit well. Even their base damage is good, so, you know, not the end of the world, really. You're liking that on your trader, yeah. I like the PDKPs on mine, and I think mainly just because he's a big lad. Use this one. Aha. Low recoil diamond line. Yeah, he's Atrox as well. I farmed the diamond line soldier with the keeper. Just went there and just stood there and killed it until it dropped. And it dropped first go. I got one for my soldier. It's like the spotlight's coming down from somewhere or something, isn't it? Showing where we are. We're going east. We're going through the minefield over to here. Well, you think those lights are actually there when... Well, yeah, you haven't got the thing running, have you, so... This is running in DirectX 12. Yeah, they're more blended in. Might be able to tweak it into doing that, like... something, but it looks more like a real light source like that to me, somehow. Come back so we can check everyone is here. Yes, ma'am. Sir. Whatever. Yeah, there was an option on it that said enable Fong lighting where possible or something. So I clicked on that because that rounds off shading and things. So let's say you've got a low polygon model and the lighting makes it look low polygon because it's shining on it. Fong lighting smooths those harsh edges and makes it look more like a, more rounded, less like a hexagon. That's my limited understanding of it. I used to do 3D drawing on an animation on a ZX Spectrum, like 1 frame a minute, and then with a Super 8 Cine camera take the frame, and like an entire day, and you got like a 5-second animation of a cup turning around. Right, so we are going up and then east. Am I right? Bit easier to follow what's going on with the higher frame rate for me. That said, we used to get by on 1 or 2 frames a second in Pandemonium back in the day. You think I'm joking? I ain't. I think I had a Voodoo 3 by then? No, not Voodoo 3, a GeForce 3 by the time that came out. When I started playing, all I had was a bloody... Oh, someone has dinged. You feel the core of your being shift as the source makes room for a divine presence. Bakahan has reached enlightenment. Congrats! Trying to find the cocoon. Back in my day, we only had 2 FPS, 1 poly, and we had to share the poly between the whole raid. Yeah. I am the Monty Python sketch. I have become that. I used to get up 4 AM, an hour before I went to bed, walked 50 miles to mill, worked 28 hours a day, and when we got home, our dads would slash our throats with broken bottle and dance upon our graves singing hallelujah. Aye, you tell kids that today and they don't believe you. Because you're bloody exaggerating, that's why. It's a brilliant, brilliant sketch. You had a home. Luxury. Well, it were a hole in the ground with a bit of tarpaulin pulled over, but it were home to us. Yeah, it's a fantastic sketch. Timeless, really. I would have got a fair bit of Alien XP in here on the dock, but the dock would have just got one stray aggro and he's dead, isn't he? We learned that doing the other sectors. And 42 has, yeah, slightly higher mobs, I'd say. So he's got Bobo. And they're like 230, 240 in the normal ones and like 260-ish here. Pre-Python it was, yeah, it was. Marty Wildman was in it, wasn't he, originally? Cleese was there, but it wasn't the Pythons. But they carried it on, didn't they? Yeah, I think the oldest one I remember was in black and white. I can't remember the name of the show. Was it Spike Milligan? Goons. Some hybrid of the Goons and Monty Python. The Goons are still, I think, very funny anyway. Yeah, about 68, and the Pythons didn't get going till early 70s, did they? Right, we're at the Darwin Gate at 107 frames a second. TDLR click thing on ground, yes. At last, the 1948 show was the show name. Oh, right. $60-70 frames a second, Sav, for me. GPU load 60%. Good going. Yeah. I stepped out of a spotlight and now I've hit Abbott and Costello was my favourites. They were good, yeah. Yeah, well, it's like 90 odd now. Stood here. 60, yeah, it's up and down like a fiddler's elbow, which is why I don't enable VSync, because it would get real stuttery like that. Yeah, well, and that's while I'm streaming, Sav. It's going to be like 100 without streaming, because that puts a load on CPU as well. Running. I need a light source to feel left out of the spotlight. I often mind to not run the defensive aura and just run the don't get rooted aura. Doing some pre-killage. Photon embedded cloak for the win. I don't think I've got anything with me that lights up. I've got a ton of stuff that's a light source somewhere. Let's have a look. What about... Ooh, what about the rocket pack? Does that actually light up? I don't think it does. Nope. Need one that gives me a light source, and that don't. Got photo embedded cloak on all your toons. Awesome. Standing here not doing much of anything. Looking at the explosions at 96, 99, 98 FPS. It's pretty nice to have that in here because normally it's like 16, 17 and maybe 20 on the old engine normally, so going from 20 to 100 is a big improvement for me. Attacked by a heavy patroller. Got a heavy patroller. Nano program executed successfully. I didn't cast one. How bizarre. As Larry said, kill tower. Okay. Back to the wall and let the tank pull. Okay. Following the crowd. Following the guy with the red button, the red light. Oh yes, making excellent progress. One down. I'm waiting for the tank to pull. That's what they said. Why is everyone going over here? Are we going over here? Yeah, I've got to get a light source for the old engine, haven't I? I've got one in the bank somewhere. Die, signal hacker. And you. That was a screenshot. It felt like a screenshot moment, so I took a screenshot. Glorious having the frame rate, but yeah, I miss the new engine. Just adds so much more to the lighting. I'll show you at the end of this. We'll go and do side by sides. And I'll talk Saavick through installing this for herself. I don't know if it'll help or not, actually. It's helped mine a hell of a lot. I would imagine it would help Saavick's system as well. Anyone running the old client, I think. Should we not be kicking this thing's ass? Nope. No one's calling it, so... It's like the old ITV. Oh look, they've been bought out by Disney. We got the mouse. So you stand there, and then I need one more just over here. In fact, if that dude went and stood in that corner, we could get Mickey Mouse with that. Mihalik, by the way. Yes, Mihalik. I don't see Locknick around. No, I've not seen him on stream, at least. No, I hope he's okay. I tell you, he did crop up, and I was really pleased to see him, was Brutal. Popped into a stream, subbed. Haven't seen him since, though. But, yeah, he's still around. Yeah, I wonder how he's doing as well. I mean, he could be, like, doing okay, but something like chemo, it wipes you out. Yeah, he said, no, doing really well, still alive, LOL, and resubbed and everything. He said the keeper looked awesome. He was really proud of him and all that, which was really cool. But I think he's on the other side of his chemo course, so... You know, but your priorities shift at times like that. You know, you go, well, do I play a video game, or do I, you know, try and spend time with family and stuff, so... Yeah, it's all completely reasonable, you know. Yeah, Lopnik, I don't know. He'd be in the middle of his chemo by now, which, you know, it's not a joke, is it? Both my parents went through it. Yeah, bought them more time, but yeah. So, you know, I get it. Trust me, I get it. Anyway, moving on. Our East Alien Signal Tower is going down like a ton of bricks. Stop DD. I'm not even hitting it. I'm too far away. Doesn't have a hitbox like the big general at the end. Toshiro, do you have a Chrysor biomaterial 687? Around 200? No, probably not. 240, I may have one somewhere. God knows. I used to farm them on my fixer and sell them on GMI. So I may still have one, I don't know. But it would, you know, it could take me like a day to find it with my inventory management. Wait, what? I didn't enter a raffle. What are you on about? Icebreaker, so I don't want one. Yes, I'm here. Just go and look on the stream. You see exactly where I am. I'm by the big tree. I'm stood next to Sav. Attacked by heavy petroleum. That's for north. We are east. That's the thing that you hand... no, it isn't. It's the invasion plan. That's the big thing I want from here. Get my Akadaka. If Saavick dies, we blam Cal. Yes, blam me. Yes, you can blam me. Typing too fast. You mean blame me? I know you do. Google "Am I Pergonant" and watch the video. It's very funny. There's a guy and all he's doing is reading out people who are terrible at typing or terrible at the English language. Googling questions about whether or not they're pregnant. Oh my God, it's funny. I just, my sides hurt. The first time I watched it, my sides were literally hurting. He actually means lamb, meaning we dip you in something sticky and put a bunch of wool on you. Oh, right, okay. I see. Yes, Nelrick. Always remind to rename bags with what you put inside them and class by name. That sounds like too much work. No, sifting through dozens of bags is the way to go. I know it drives people mad when they see my inventory, especially. I mean, on my dock, it's a lot better. Even the bank inventory is pretty good. I just leave stuff, and then I kind of vaguely have a visual, mental memory of like, okay, it's in a small backpack about halfway down in the bank on the left side, and I remember it like that rather than renaming them and stuff. And I think that's an old habit because I don't think originally you could rename backpacks, and then I went ahead and going, oh, this is cool because I can get one with the clothing symbol and then I can get one with this symbol, and then I ended up putting all sorts of junk into those anyway. I've seen all of your Let's Build tunes and your inventory is very cringe for me. Oh yeah. I enjoy the freedom of not feeling cringed at that. But it's other things get me, like when I see a guitar that's been set up by somebody who has no clue how to set up a guitar and they make a dog's leg out of it. Yeah, that winds me up because I'm like, why the hell would you do that? Due to every character, I promise myself I'll finally have a good inventory. Then I end up with 3-4 slots open, the rest taken up by backpacks full of junk. Yeah, brother. That's us. We're the chaotic good. There you go. We're chaotic good inventory. Lots of fats in it, but it's all over the place. Yeah, every Let's Build, I go, you know, OCD warning, I'm going to open my inventory. There you go. Feel better? Is that better now? Is that better? I watched someone use an app on his phone to tune an electric guitar and busted a string. I flipped out. Well, if you want to tune it perfectly to concert pitch, you should use a tuner. You can get the Boss CE tuner is a good... a Boss actually made it. It is actually a very good mobile app for tuning, but it works off the microphone. So you literally have to get your phone really close to your guitar for it to work. Whereas an acoustic's not so bad. But yeah, if you can't hear that you've gone way too high, something's wrong. Scary things. Spawning scary things. Yeah, I've busted a few guitar strings. Right, do you know what? Touch wood, I've never actually broken one at a gig. Which is really good because most of my guitars have got Floyd Rose tremolo system, so if you break a string, the whole thing goes out of tune. Oh no, tell a lie, I did break a string once. I had to move the bridge of the guitar to pull it into tune to finish the song. Luckily it was a song before the end of the first set, so I just changed the string. It's very rare it happens, especially on trem, locking trem guitars, because if you hit the strings too hard, the tremolo system actually gives a little, which takes that stress off the string when you hit it that hard. You're more likely to break a string on a guitar without a trem system, in fact. It's kind of weird. Chord Buddy. I learnt by listening to records and tapes. Then I wanted to be taken seriously as a session musician, so I got a degree in music. Because you go in to a session, there's nothing to listen to. You just get handed a sheet of music and go, there you go, and we're in, and it's got the BPM on it, and they just leave you in there with a metronome. In the old days, you record your part in isolation. So you needed to be able to do that. And I'm already outbid. Yeah, 8,000. Oh well, there we go. Oh, is that north? Ah, right, okay. I don't know how many points I've got anymore. CC ad buddy. That's easier. Right. 4,000 points. I'll throw a bid in, but I really don't think I'm going to get anything. No, that's for the raffle. Isn't it? Oh well, missed it anyway. You are not in the raffle, there you go. It's me getting confused, looking at chat, looking at the game. Asian plan. I'll bid. Points, how many did it say I have? 4,000. I won't get it. Said, oh, East invasion plan, that's us. So yeah. And 8,400. I didn't think I'd get that lucky. Yeah, look at that. Bang. Yeah. I need to get double the amount I've already got before it's worth bidding, I think. Unless you just get one of those lucky raids where nobody on your boss actually needs one. Someone found another mine, another floating thingamy. Yeah, I don't need the IPR. Not on a new tune like this. I've got reset all skills 1 left, and then $29 skill resets should I need to. So, you know. And we're gridding out. There we go. So we're in the grid. 130, 140 odd frames a second. 122, 16. It's pretty nice. I'm very pleased with that. Do you want me to talk you through it now, Sav? Do you want me to go through the installation process? Follow along. Right, okay, I'll have to log out a game to do it. Thanks all for the raids. Right, okay. So, let's exit. Daylight. Oh, wow. Thank you. Why didn't it go bling? Why didn't it go bling? Daylight 97 has donated $25. Thank you very much. That's awesome. Thank you very much. It should have made a great big noise or something for that. But it didn't make any noise. That was weird. I don't know. Right then. Have you downloaded the software, Sav? That's the one I've got, yeah. Let's have a look. Right, I didn't even take it out of the downloads folder, but you can if you want. So, right, so here's your 2.7 DG zip. So unzip it and open the folder. Good wholesome entertainment. It was funnier yesterday when I was dying on the dock. No! I'm too gimp! He'll get better. He'll get better. Once his evades are up there a bit and get some better symbionts in, he'll be a bit tougher. Right, so are we here? We got this unzipped and we're looking inside the main folder, yeah? And then we're going to go and open where the game is. Yes? We're okay? You with me so far? Yep. Okay, so go to the folder named MS. And then into the folder x86, because we're on a 32-bit application. So we open those. Now, the wiki says you need basically all of these. So select these, copy, go over to your Funcom installation folder. You know, so your Anarchy folder, yeah? With me so far? And we're going to paste. I'm going to replace them because, you know, they're already there. Right, so those folders, that's all we need to do to the Anarchy folder. So we can close that now. Now we go back to the main folder and you should have dgVoodoo, it's control panel, but CPL XE, yeah? Okay, so double click. Can I zoom this? I don't know how to zoom it on thing. How would I zoom it? Can you make that out on the stream? Now it's going to come up with its own folder that it lives in. What you're going to do is click at the very end, add. You can choose an arbitrary folder to be added to the list. You've got good eyes, right? You click on add, and then we're going to browse to the Anarchy Online folder, the main folder. So there, yeah? So for me, it's that. It'll be whatever it is for you, yes? select folder. So there we go. I've now got, for me, it's F Anarchy Online Part 2. That's so I know it's the vanilla client. Why I named it that, I have no idea, but there you go. Yeah, yeah, it's what it is for you. Yeah. So you've got that. Right. Okay. So under General, you're going to come here and select Output API. I set it all the way to DirectX 12 feature level 12. Yeah. Default screen output. I just put default because you do that from the game anyway. Full screen. Yeah. Do all that. Click apply. Ignore glide because we're not using glide. Go to DirectX tab over here, yeah? And on there, you want to select dgVoodoo Virtual 3D Accelerator card. There, the long named one, but 3D, not Virtual SVGA card, yeah? I've selected Force Anisotropic Filtering to 8. It does look nice, actually. VRAM, now for me it stops at 4 gigabyte, the amount of VRAM I actually have physically on my card. Now you've got a 1050 Ti or something, so you've got probably more VRAM than me, but set it to the so it matches the VRAM of the card, which will probably be the maximum. Yeah, okay, we'll set it to 4 gigabyte then. Then down here, under miscellaneous, my 3080 only showed 4, and that's got, what, 10 gig, 12 gig, something like that, massive. You've got apply Phong shading when possible. So click on that. And then anti-aliasing, MSAA. You can set that, what resolution do you play at? 1080? 4's probably enough anyway. 8 is kind of like, yeah, just set it to 4. If you think you can still see jaggies with, because MSAA is so much better than forcing the other one. So yeah, FXAA is horrible. Right, we've done all that, so we're going to click apply again, and we can minimize it in case you need to come back to it to check things. Then start the vanilla client as you would normally, and we want to go to settings. You might get a pop-up that you sometimes get saying no 3D device, valid 3D device detected. Oh yes, fast video memory access. Yes, well spotted. Wherever that is. You see, this is why I need to, yeah, fast video memory access. Yeah, put it on. Yeah, if you hover over it, it actually explains what it does. Enables fast video memory access for locked surfaces. Try it only if you experience performance with low performance with it. So if you leave it on, Norton, oh god, don't have Norton on your system. Oh my god, that will slow down everything on your computer down. Norton is absolute hot burning manure. Get it off your system now. Yeah. Even AVG's got bloated. It's really, you've got to really work hard to put a virus on your computer with Windows 10. You've really got to ignore every single warning and everything else. But Norton is hot garbage, on fire, in a dumpster. Get it off your system. As just, no matter what you do with it, get rid of it. Well, you can leave fast video memory access off if you want to. It didn't blur my GUI. So, okay. Now, in settings, you want to change your GPU. So you've got dgVoodoo. I actually want to check this. Wrapper, dgVoodoo, TNL and HAL. I just want to see what that actually does. But I've got it set to my actual graphics card. Just going to play and see what it actually does. And okay. There you go, 95, 87, 91. I'm going to go to the ICC test. 67. Feels slower. Yeah, definitely slower. I can tell by the way things are loading in. Alright, I'm going to exit. Yeah, definitely daylight. 100%. Get rid of Norton off your system. Windows will do enough to protect you unless you're downloading very dodgy stuff. It activates and works and runs the new engine at DX12 even, but it looks like it runs like ass. Right, so start vanilla again. Yeah, that felt like it was running through software. So instead of the wrapper, we're going to select your graphics card. Now I get double entry because the way AO sees two monitors is like this. If I put it on there, it'll go over to my 1080p monitor. Anisotropic filtering. Have you got the tweaking the new engine installed with the NVIDIA's own sharpening? Because that pulls it back quite a bit. So for me, it's that one. Unless you've got two screens, you should only see one set on there. Yeah, but you still do what the tweaking the new engine. Go through that video anyway, because it does help. Even on, you see, I've got the new engine and the old engine, yeah, and if you do it on the new engine, when you start the old engine, it still takes effect because it's the same executable name that the NVIDIA control panel sees is Anarchy Online. So it still does it. It doesn't see Anarchy Online XE in the old folder as anything different than Anarchy Online XE in the new engine folder. It sees them as the same thing, just installed in two different places. So anyway, yeah, make sure it's got the name of your card. So you want to see NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1080 or 1050 Ti, whichever one you've got, followed by dgVoodoo TNL HAL. And then click OK. OK. And then that should be it. Now I've got Afterburner because it tells me what's going on in the game. And you can see there, it says D3D12. Now this, without this, MSI, excuse me a sec. Frog in my throat. Afterburner doesn't even see Anarchy Online, the old engine. All right, so let's try now. Yeah, that's it. That's better. Yeah, I can feel, you know, by the way the mouse feels, you just know. So 75, 80, 90, 99, 106. Just dropping down to 60 here while people get drawn in. I've got the circular light around them. Let's go to ICC. That's the test. Yeah, 70s. Actually, probably easier to see like that. 80, 70 for me. And you've seen it before. It's laughingly bad. Like 20s. That's 85, 86 FPS, both looking in the same direction there, Sav. I can see you next to me. Your tank armor looks nice, though. Tiny stabs! Hey! Well, 65, 70-ish is pretty good anyway, isn't it? You know? For most people, even on the old engine, me included, before, if I came here, you saw it was like 16 FPS, and then trying to do Hodor raid, maybe 20 FPS if I was lucky on the old engine. You know, so pretty massive difference for me. It's about the same for you as it was without. All right. Yeah, go through the tweaking the new engine thing as well. Go through the tweaking the new engine thing, Sav. We've got nearly 100 frames now in ICC, where frame rates go to die. Yeah, go through that. I think that combined with this is what's having an effect, and that's quite a quick one. Have you got the proper NVIDIA inspector? The one that actually gets you into the profiles, because not everyone's got it. It's tiny. I'll send it to you. Wait there. Where are you? There you are. You're on Discord. It's small enough for me to send to you on Discord, I think. Bear with me a second. Let me just make sure I've got the right one. That's not it. Wait there, I'll make sure I've got you the right one. Open file location. Where have you disappeared to? I just zipped it. Oh God, where is it? Is that it? Yeah, that's got to be it. There you go, that's the right one. It might be slightly older, but it's got the actual profile inspector, which is the bit you need. So yeah, I've sent you that, so just follow the video that already exists. You should be okay. Alright, so we've seen that. So while you're there, I'm going to do something that could be quite good fun, actually. There is... Right, I'm going to start the new engine. This is going to be interesting. Is this... It's still doing that. Interesting. I thought I'd removed it. Maybe I didn't. I'll remove their DLL. Yes, Nelric. See you later. See you later, my dude. Thank you for coming along. Yeah, I'm down to 60-ish FPS on the new engine going through it. Which is this doing? That's on DirectX 9. Wait there. I don't think that's quite right. It shouldn't. Let's have a look. Settings. Strange the launch is still seeing it. I thought I'd removed the files. Maybe I didn't. I'll soon know. Hang on. Okay, start the game anyway. Settings, do you mean your preferences? Yeah, that's not using the dgVoodoo one. This is just normal for me. I've got a moving your prefs video If you watch that, you'll be fine. It will get you to them. Yeah, for your UI. All of where this is, what your hotbars look like, all of that, yeah? Yeah, it's moving your preferences. Yeah, you can see here, look, 32, 29, clunking along. When it's busy. Let's go to ICC. Bear in mind, I'm running 2 clients at the same time as well. One on DirectX 12 and one on DirectX whatever 9. There you go, ICC, where frame rates go to die. I'm gonna go stand next to. There you go. So old engine. Right, so there's the old engine. Okay, so that's the old engine. That's the new engine. You can see how big a difference it is in the lighting, can't you? People go, oh, it looks the bloody same to me. I'm like, no, it doesn't, dude. Doesn't look anything like it. It looks way, way different. Yeah, it's a Mooner Knight 123, yeah. He got tired of the solo. Yeah, so that's new engine. And oh, it's managed to get stuck on that one. Okay, why you do this? Ah, there you go. Huge difference in frame rate, old and new, yeah. So here's old with that tweak, 80 to 90 frames a second. And we go to the new engine. 15, 16 frames a second. See what I mean? It's massive, isn't it? But look how much different the engine looks. Look at the shadows behind Saavick there. Saavick, the Amazon Queen, absolutely. See, you can see Saavick's shadows and like the shadow from my weapon there. And then if we switch, there's the old engine. Everyone gets the same little dot. And that's all you get. But you do get 90 frames a second. So hang on, let's log him off. Let's have another play with this dgVoodoo. You like both, to be honest, yeah. Yeah, there's the old engine, if it's set up correctly, definitely is better. But when you get to places like Elysium and you know where there's more dramatic lighting in the game, it's seriously different. So I'm going to log off Lana. So he's logging off now, or he should be. There you go. Now he's logging off. You know, video profile, yeah. Anarchy crashed. Did it really? He's still here. No, he isn't. It's definitely not running. Okay. So, let's go back to... I need to go to this downloads folder. It's a dgVoodoo. Doc, and it wants me to copy. I'm just going to, no, it says only copy this one, so I'm just going to copy this one, and I'm going to place that in the Anarchy Online folder, which will overwrite the other one. Replace. Okay, and then we want dgVoodoo, and this time we want C Anarchy Online. There we go. Virtual card, yeah, that's correct. Let's turn off fast memory access for it. And turn off that. We may not need it. I'm going to say apply. I'll leave that on. Filtering, I'll let the app control it. And then general... We want to make it that? Adapters. Let's make sure it is using that one. And then let's push it to DirectX 12. Apply that one. Let's go check this again. Okay. So that's all of that. Let's try Anarchy Online again. So this is the new engine we're going back to again now. Yeah, it lets you turn up the brightness manually, yeah. Right, so back on this account. Oh my god, what's going on here? We've got login 30 frames a second. Is that because I am using 2 clients at the same time? Could be. I think it is because the frame rate's tanked over here as well now. And now it's back up. Right. Oh, that's stuttering pretty hard. What's happening there? Yeah, I think it's the way it does the wrapper. See, I'm still getting 80 frames a second, but that's stuttering hard, that is. Right, let's get you logged off. Let's quit out of that mess. Start again. Right, let's just check all this is working properly. It should be that one, shouldn't it? Should be that one. Okay, some strangeness going on straight away over there. The X12 only got 50 odd frames a second. Okay. It's not liking that. So let's go back to the where are we? Let's open this again. So fast memory access. Don't want the watermark apply. No, let's leave that off. Fast memory access. All the way to the bottom. All of them. Okay, apply. Oh, it's in the wrong folder. That's better. Okay. Fast memory access. Ah, don't know why that was on bilinear bit stretch. Don't want that. Apply that. Full screen, okay. VRAM, okay. Okay. Actually, let's keep that open. And just minimized. Right, let's try this again. Settings. Okay, to put that there again. It's got the dgVoodoo. Let's start it with the wrapper. Let's try that. You can kind of tell without even logging into game from the start screen. Is it even running? Have I got... Oh, I've got several running. Okay. Task manager to the rescue. Oh, and Chrome apparently has got about umpteen things running. Go away. End. Right, okay. No more Chrome buggering it up. Settings. Right, it's on the wrapper. Okay, let's try starting that. Wow, I can walk in ICC. Right, I think that crashed. Oh, no, no. It's there. 40, 50. Yeah, not great. Not great. Let's quit. And this time... Oh, actually... Yeah, it's left a little ghost running. So, got rid of that. Right. Settings. And now we're going to go to... There we go. Did you do? Okay. Okay. And play. Oh, we are 40, 50. Okay, we're going to log in and try it. Not sure how this is going to go. Mouse is feeling... Not feeling as sharp as it could. Oof. Oof. Oh, not good. Okay, everything's rendered in. We got about 30 frames a second. Oh, 15, 20. Yeah, this ain't good. Oh, that's not good. That's really not good. Let's go to ICC. Yeah, 40 odd frames a second. Yeah. Not the best we've ever had. Yes, rip FPS if I even zone into the place. Okay, we're in. Oh god, it's stuttery as hell. Where were we standing? Over here, weren't we? Okay, that's like 18 frames a second. It's terrible. Yep. And you can see it sort of stuttering. What's the load? It's only like 60 odd percent. So yeah, it's not working in the way I hoped. It's not getting rid of the draw call issue in ICC. Go away. I'm not going out the emergency exit. Yeah. Yeah. It does. It feels very chuggy. I mean, the ground looks good. The shading is very slightly better. But it's unplayable. It's way too stuttery. Yeah, that's really not good. Okay, let's come out of that. The music just made like the old, like if your VHS tape stutters. Oh, yeah. You used to call that bounce. Yeah, that's not working. So, what else could we try on here? Maybe 12 isn't it? But it worked on the old engine, you see. Made that really good. So you can do all this to fool an old game that it's running on a new, on an old system. I feel old that I know what VHS is and Atari. Not that old, mate. Okay, so disable and pass through to real DirectX. Well, isn't that just playing it anyway? That's not going to change the API, is it? That's disabling everything, I think. So that's no good. And then it will emulate these cards, but they're like, you know, they only had like tiny amounts of VRAM. Not sure. What's this? Force by linear force? No, I don't want that. App driven. Can't seem to get that to work on my system. Your system's probably eating it. So instead of that, what's this one? Direct best available one. Right. It's going to be a surprise. Let's see what it does with that. Instead of forcing DirectX 12. Let's have a look. Okay, it still wants to go for that. Okay. See what we get now. It could be, yeah, if you've got antivirus and stuff, it might get a false positive on it. All AMD build. Not too sure. Yeah, 40, 50 frames at login is poop. And it's jumped to DX12 again. Okay. Let's come out of that. So instead of that, let's go for, what's this, DX11 WhatsApp. And that won't even use the GPU. I think that's software based. That's going to look like crap. Best available is probably still 12 since that's what's on your computer. Yeah, probably, yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Pretty much the same, yeah. Okay. One last thing to try. DirectX 11 with all the bells and whistles. We'll force GTX 980 there just to make sure it is doing that. Voodoo. Glide. God, yeah, now we're going back. But we're not doing glide. We're not touching glide. We're not using glide. Go away. DirectX. dgVoodoo accelerated. 4 gigabyte. App driven. Let's try the Fong as well. Okay. Wait a minute. It does this. It keeps jumping off that. Right. Feature 11. Just make sure we got all this. Don't need any of that. We want that. Apply. Fast video. Yeah, it's in the right folder. Yeah, it keeps jumping folders. Let's just check in that. Wait, no. End task. Yeah, if you don't know, you get ghosts of the client for whatever you need to get rid. All right. Let's jump to all of them. No, I want to apply only on that one. Not looking any better, is it? So we got there. Right, all of that's like set correctly. Yeah, it's not working. It's not working with it. Okay, so what I'm going to do instead, just to show you, is I have a backup of the DLL. So now we go open file location. I'm going to paste that in here. It should overwrite theirs. Yes. That's running in Task Manager. There you go, you see. There we go. So that's the one that comes with that. I just want to make sure I haven't got any stray files. Ooh. Okay, close you. It doesn't need to be running while the game's running either. Have a look. Those are from Reshade. No DX8 or anything in it. Nope. Right, okay. I'm slightly concerned that it's still seeing that, but okay. There you go, 80 odd frames a second straight away. And doing it. Are you off, Sav? You have to go. Thanks for the help setting up. No problem, Saavick. You're very welcome. I have to go, unfortunately. Thanks for the help setting it up. Bye all. Goodbye. Sav is off to her booble bath. Because reasons. Yeah, we're back to D39 and Reshade working again. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah, it doesn't work on the new engine, but it definitely has an effect on the old engine. It certainly went from like 30 frames a second to like 60, 100 plus frames a second everywhere. But yeah, let's just make sure that everything is a-okay. Yeah, 50-60 again. Everything's smooth. There's no stutters. Yeah, all looks good. Still drops when there's a lot of people around though. Right, okay, awesome. Just wanted to make sure I hadn't broken my main installation doing all this. Right, okay. Right, I think that'll do for this evening. Yeah, coming up on 4 hours, so let's have a look. Is there anybody else anywhere around? Let's go over here with that. Right, search Anarchy online. Who else? Me and someone I don't know. Che anywhere? Che, are you live? Che is offline. Kia, are you live? You are not live. Is Gopher live? Gopher is live, I think. Don't know what he's playing though. Con is here. Yeah, we're going to go raid Con is here. Even though he says he doesn't like it. He's playing Anarchy anyway. So, right. I'm going to go raid him. So all join in, go raid him, because he's only got like 6 viewers at the minute. So if like everybody goes and just sort of says hi, that'd be pretty cool. Is that everyone that wants to go? 31 people ready to raid. Fair enough. He is playing Anarchy online, by the way, so. Okay, 32 people are going. Nobody else. Okay. All right, we are raiding. Bye all.